2015 to 20. Alright, yeah. Alright, yeah, bless done. Yeah, old time the rap mixer, yeah. Old time the youngers, yeah. Old time the YG. What?
Yeah, what's going on? It's Novelist, and right about now you're locked into Any Views. Brat.
I come from the ends. My man them grew up on the ends. All day I'm in the ends. Waste man them can't come to the ends. I come from the ends. My man them grew up in the ends. All day I'm in the ends. Waste man them can't come to the ends. I come from the ends. My man them grew up in the ends. All day I'm in the ends. Waste man them can't come to the ends. I come from the road. My man them grew up on the road. All day I'm on the road. Waste man them can't come to my road.
Yo, I'm a king, lyrically mean. When you want to clash, you're gonna get it.
Get tucked in.
G for the buck team when I bucked him, and the jaw sides right where I bucked him. Hey, help me welcome, please, to the show, Novelist.
Blessings, bro.
Yo, you know how to do that. That was my favorite lyric in the whole thing, man. Come on.
Yeah, man.
How you doing, man? How's things been?
I'm good, man. I'm really good.
Yeah?
Really good. God is good. My man them are good. My mom's good. My siblings are good. So I'm good.
Yeah, that makes it cool. So we're gonna go from the beginning, start from the top. How did you get into making music?
So basically, yeah, when I was like a young man, I say a young man, a kid, I was about 6 years old. My uncle just introduced me to making beats on the computer. So I mean, when you're young, you don't know what that is. You know what I mean? So you just be making these beats, I'll be there watching him, and then over time you just get into it yourself. You get me? So that's kind of how I came into making music on a whole, as a producer first, and when I was about 8, 9, that's when I first started writing bars because of the DVDs and the pirate radio that the older people locked into.
Yeah.
You feel me? So that's kind of what introduced me into music.
Alright, cool. Take it back, 2013.
Yeah.
You clashed a brother called Cadet.
Yeah.
And that was Riley's brother.
Yeah, that's my guy, man.
Yeah. Did you know at the time that was Riley's brother, and how did you kind of prepare for the clash?
Yeah, I knew it was Wiley's brother, man. From early. You know what? You want to know something funny? Me and Kiddo never ever had a problem. It was all the outside people kind of making it a thing. So, you know, I looked at it as a business move. Yeah, take out Wiley's brother, get them straps.
Cool.
You know, he probably looked at it as a business move as well. Take out the biggest markers in Lewisham, get my straps, and that's kind of how we did it, man. And I feel like it was progressive because at the time there wasn't really no one from London on this clashing thing, and because I was like the only MC who was like the pirate radio guy at the time, it was sick if he took off my head. Do you know what I mean? So that's kind of how we actually became boys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We started through warfare, but now I can ring him, yo, what's going on? How you doing? Blah blah blah. Yeah, let me make you a rhythm, whatever. You get me?
I feel that's very important as well. Even though you clash someone, you can after that you can still become friends. But let's be honest, no one can forget about the old days when Dizzy and Crazy as well and all of that stuff.
Yeah. What it is that you see, where I grew up here, beef is beef, music is music. So you gotta take everything with a pinch of salt, man. Like,
Trust me.
You can't ever let a mad situation arise from the music, man. It doesn't make no sense.
Trust. I definitely hear that. Obviously, everyone knows you as Novelist.
Yeah.
That's your alias.
Yeah.
But you also have another one called Mr. Tetris.
Yeah.
What's the story behind that? How did that come about?
Oh, Mr. Tetris is a guy, man. I would type Mr. Tetris.
Yeah.
Basically, I used to make, when I was about 13, 14, 12, them ages there, I used to make loads of rhythms that kind of sounded a bit 8-bit. You get me? So the name just Mr. Tetris just arose from that. And it was a secret alias back in the day. So I'll give you an example. There's an MC called Lyrical Strally,
Yeah.
and PK actually, and Saint P, they're YGG, yeah, and we was linking them from way back because we used to do freestyles on one thing called Know Me TV,
Yeah.
and one other one, I forgot what it was called again, Rep Video or something.
Yeah.
We used to do the freestyles and it always used to be Mr. Tetris beats we were spitting on, yeah.
Okay.
But they never knew who Mr. Tetris was, so we used to bust joke and say, yeah, that's like one of my brethren, he's in holiday on Dubai right now. So they thought this guy, and then one day I said, blood, you lot are joke, man. Like, I'm Mr. Tetris. You get me? But that's something that I never really followed up with. That's like more old school.
Old school,
You
so.
get me? But I just said to myself, if I'm going to be an MC, I may as well be a producer MC. I started producing first, so people know Novelist as both. So that's kind of why I left the Mr. Tetris thing, but you might come out of the grave.
You never know, you never know. There's nothing wrong with bringing old things back.
Yeah, we might bring it back.
We might bring it back. Okay, cool. Another one that I feel like that's very recent as well. You left XL Recordings, well, you both parted ways.
Yeah.
Was there any particular reason as to why?
I was never signed to them.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's what's funny. Like,
listen, never read things on Wikipedia, yeah?
Yeah, don't do that. I was never signed to XL Records. I released with them.
Okay.
What they was doing, there's a cool brother, man, his name's Will Aston, yeah? And he came to the ends with a dude called Imran. Yeah, came to the ends. And they work for XL. Yeah, they're big boys on that label, yeah. And they come to check me like in my early stages, just on a thing like, yeah, we want to see what you're doing, blah blah. Way before like the Mum Dance link up. So they was just checking me. They was interested in what I was doing. They said, yeah, man, it would be cool if we did a release. And then just in the time period, I actually ended up meeting Mum Dance at radio. And then me and Mum Dance made the music. Then it was like, yeah, this is perfect for a release on XL. So, no, actually, you know what? I got the timeline a bit wrong, you know? no, I'll tell you what happened. Me and Mum Dance had already made a tune. Okay. Yeah, before they come and check me, before they link me. Yeah. But the tune wasn't out yet. And I showed them it, and I said, yeah, we're going to put this out. And then it was like, okay, cool. That's cool. Let's see how that goes. And that was Take Time. Okay. So Take Time done bits, and then it was like, yeah, sick, this link up is great. Let's make a few more of these kind of style songs, and then we did, and that was the 1 Sec EP. You feel me? But in the meantime of everything, I've just been making my own music and whatnot. So it was never like I was signed to XL. I got a good relationship with them. Relationships with them. I could probably release something else on their label if I wanted to. You know, if I just spoke to them and said, yeah, this is what I've got going on. It's all about the sound of the music. Of course. And relationship is very important. I think I must have caught your performance with Chasing Status. Yeah. Or was it they did Wireless? Did you come out with Wireless? Yeah, was it Wireless? I think it was Wireless. I saw it on YouTube, but then I was around in that time because they did something else with George the Poet. Yeah. And I saw that, I was like, how was that? Because obviously you're touring now, and you're doing a lot of shows. Yeah. Do you ever get nervous? Because I feel like every platform presents a new crowd to you, a new audience, people that probably haven't heard your music. Yeah. So it's like, are they going to feel me? Are they going to... It's not about are they going to feel you, it's about are you going to make them feel you? That's okay. It's like when you talk to a girl, like, you give her what you got, and if she don't like you, she don't like you, but what can you do? But you shouldn't preempt what's going to happen. You know what I mean? The ball's always in your court. Until you let it not be in your court. Do you feel what I'm saying? So I don't really get nervous on stage, man. You know, what's the thing you find most exciting about just performing on stage? Literally call and response. Yeah? So if I say something and they say it back to me, or just like when you can feel the euphoria building and then it gets so hype you have to pull the decks back. I love that, man. You know what I mean? Alright, cool. To keep it real natural. I hear that. Previously, you was Mobile nominated in 2014. Yeah. This year, the Mobiles have come out, and you haven't been nominated in any category. Yeah. How do you feel about that? That's calm, blood. Like, I'm a hard worker behind the scenes, so if I haven't released anything for a while, which I haven't really, I've just been doing my own thing, building my... Well, you released something with Nick Hook on SoundCloud. Yeah, but the same way, it's like, when I got my first Mobile nomination, that was literally me just murking, just going in. This year I've been more touring. I've been recording behind the scenes, but I've been touring, just going in. So I'm not really fighting for an award with anyone, and I feel like I've always been in my own lane. Yeah. And it's something that you have to understand. So from an outlooker's perspective, it's probably like, oh, Nov's gone a bit quiet or whatever. But that's something I don't mind, because at the end of the day, I know what I'm packing. Of course. You feel me? So big up the Mobiles, big up all the nominations, awards out there, the nominees. You know what I'm saying? I don't look at anything as competition, because my only competitor, for real, is actually myself. Me. Yeah, no one can stop me. How are you gonna stop me? You know what I mean? So that's how I look at it, man. I respect that still. Last month, you was in a conversation with Stormzy.
JME, DEE, and that was to talk about This Is Grime.
Yeah.
How did it feel to be in that kind of conversation? And have you read the book?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. I'm heavily featured in it. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was cool because I don't normally get to talk to the man them about everyone's path and how they came through, because these are guys that it's past music now. Like maybe when I first met them, it's like, yeah, I'm around Jamie, but now it's like these are people that I liaise with on a daily basis. So
Yeah.
it was cool to like sit there and talk with everyone like, yo, this is what I did. Okay, Stormzy, what did you do? Oh, Logan, what did you do? Because it puts things into perspective for fans.
Of course.
You know, people who don't actually get to hear us speak, they only hear our music, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And you're not gonna shout from the top of the block every day, yes, I started music when I was 6. You know what I mean? Sometimes people need to take time away from the music and just speak about
Of course,
you know what I mean?
their
So
journeys and their perspective.
Yeah,
how important do you feel that book was to be released?
I think it was great, man. I think it was great because it just...
Do you think that helped the culture in a way to understand grime a bit more?
Yeah, well, more is more. That's how I look at it. I really look at things like, how can I say, man? The more information you put out there is the more information people can get. I mean, not everyone's even going to know the book even exists,
Yeah.
but it's still something that if it arises, someone can open it and see, okay, so this is what's happening. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's a very progressive thing.
There you go. I think I'm going to bring it down to kind of 2 more questions. You're launching your own record label.
Yeah.
Tell us about that. Tell us a bit more.
Man. I just look at it like,
What made you want to go into that? Why did you want to have your own records?
sometimes I see things in musicians that no A&R can see.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Even like in myself. You know, things like, for example, someone can be grinding their arse off and it's not received in a way that their music should be getting received.
Yeah.
So forget the artist, their music, if their music sounds amazing,
Yeah.
the world needs to know this is
Of
amazing
course.
music. You know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of people are given opportunities based on things that are not musical. So I wanted to build something myself that was straight, yo, if this is a banger, we're putting this out. I don't care if it's my boy or not. My boy's tune is whack, I'm not putting it out.
Of course.
You feel me? So I just feel like it's an avenue that we can go down, and it's good that we can control it ourselves. You know what I mean? It's something that I've always wanted to do from a young age. Like,
Yeah.
I look at people like P. Diddy and the real top dons, and
Trust me.
my mind frame
Big
is no
motivation.
different from theirs, but
Yeah.
I'm just not in the positions of power yet. So I wanted to start something where I could place myself in a position of power to influence, to bring my thing forward, to make more people eat. You know what I'm saying? You can't build a house with no foundation.
Of course.
Because then, you know, when it gets windy, when it gets rough, it's gonna happen. The house falls down. You feel me?
Trust me. And who's there to support you?
He's there to support you. So I'm trying to build our own foundation and build a flipping hotel. You know what I'm saying? Man?
I hear that, man. I respect that. What's next for you? So you've been to touring. Like you said, this year you've been a bit quiet, but you've also told me you've been working. You've been in the studio, grinding, and let us know what we can expect from Novelist.
Like Novelist songs.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen Novelist freestyles. Literally just going in. It's because at the end of the day, yeah, sometimes as musicians and all the other musicians out there, you know what this is like. Sometimes you can get tied up in things that are not even to do with music.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Like going to just loads of fashion shows and just forgetting, yo, the reason why people like me is for sound. So I need to like record. So me, that's what I've been doing. I've just been taking time out, recording, writing, practicing bars. And next year is just going to be a year where I showcase it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes.
Are you dropping anything before the new year?
Yeah, I'm going to drop a song called New Path.
New Path.
My next single.
Exclusive.
New Path.
Yeah, exclusive.
New Path, yeah.
Yeah.
Paved the way. New Path. Man.
And what can we expect on New Path? Is there something different that you experiment with, a different sound? Obviously you produce as well, so.
Yeah, that's another thing. I produce all of my songs. If it's not me, then it's my brother.
Okay.
And maybe one of my man that's around me. Because my friends are producers, like big up Hilts, big up Sus. You know what I'm saying? Sorry for anyone who I've just forgotten. Yeah, New Path is it's like my own sound. You know, I started a genre.
Yeah.
Not I created the sound, but I started it as a genre and said, yo, this rough sound stuff, I want to implement this because this is like a sound that people have experimented with in the past, but never really made an official thing. You can't get a full set of rough sound in 05, whereas you can now.
Yeah.
You feel me? It's not to say there weren't beats that sounded like that back then. So, you know, I'm just trying to like push that forward. So, the new path, that's kind of what it is.
I'm excited for it still.
Yeah,
definitely play that on radio as well when I'm on there. So
yes.
make sure you send that to me. One of the quotes that you did on Instagram was, you wrote, "I'm a king of my kingdom. My blessings are covered and I can't be blocked. Righteousness will prevail."
Always prevail, yeah.
Why that caption? And what was it that you was doing? And was you in your feelings that day? You just felt like, yeah, listen, I wanted something positive to kind of...
Literally, I looked at myself. That's it. I just looked at myself and I said, yeah. You're becoming a person who you plan to become.
Yeah.
More so than I'm just here and I'm just super tattoos. Like, no disrespect to people who's I'm just saying it's not my thing. I'm not someone who I didn't want to be.
Yeah.
I'm literally plain Jane novelist with sick bars, executes well every time.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Makes the type of beats that I want to hear. You know what I'm saying? Started a label. So all the things that I wanted to build is right there. I'm looking at my kingdom and I'm owning it for real. And the good energy that I exert, I feel like it's coming back to me. So that's why I had to quote, "The righteousness will always prevail."
Yeah.
You know, to make people remember that you know, the more good you do is the more good you get back. And that's what you should be pushing out there.
Definitely.
You know, and I also put, I can't be blocked because it's like, I own everything that I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
Even my relationships with people, it's not through a third person. I directly go and meet people myself. You know what I mean?
Like you did today.
Yeah, exactly.
Like how I did with the Rated Awards as well. So.
Exactly. My new friend, not my new friend, what am I talking about? My friend from way back.
Yeah.
His name's Callum. I've just appointed him like a management role. So he does management for me. He does what I tell him to do, he executes it and goes hard behind the scenes. To me, that's me building my kingdom because this is people that I trust, this is people that I've been growing up with from the start, you know what I'm saying? And I just look at all these things as points to say, yeah, Nov, you are a success, regardless of what it looks like, how much money you got, whatever, this is success, you know what I'm saying? You got to keep working at this rate, and the only thing that's going to happen that changes is the fruits. There's going to be more fruits on a big tree.
Yeah.
But you don't stop working as hard as you're working right now.
Sick.
Just the fruits are going to get bigger.
There you go.
Yeah, you feel me?
Listen, that wraps up this interview. I just want to say a special thank you to Novelist.
Blessings, man.
Broccoli, yeah, I'm one of them, man. More time on the block, chilling with 10, man. Boss, man, yeah, I'm a top, man. Beef for the spot, headlock, man. Rude boy, I don't want to rock, man. But if you're from